We have here verse 24 of the 18th chapter of the Gospel of John. We have just finished now this brief encounter between Annas, the high priest, at least he was once, he'd been deposed. His son-in-law now Caiaphas is the present high priest, but many people regarded Annas as still kind of running the shop in the background, and so we find out that Jesus appears before Annas first of all. And there was, of course, some attempt, I suppose, on the part of Annas to try to trap Jesus, catch him in some sort of misstatement. Of course, that didn't work out so well. Jesus has just raised a question to the man who slapped him as to what was the justification for doing so. And I think Annas figured out at that point that he wasn't going to get any mileage in this interview. And so he sends him on, and that's what we have in this verse 24. So we have here apostelen. This is from apostello, means to send with some kind of purpose, often send with a commission. In this case, it's simply sending him with the apparently sense of the proceeding that's going to be picked up from here. This is the third person singular, aorist active indicative, so he sent. Postpositive un, therefore, auton, the direct object of the verb. This is the accusative, singular, masculine, referring to Jesus. So he sent him, Jesus, therefore, and then the subject of the verb, ho, hanas, has a rough breather in Greek. So we have the masculine singular nominative article with the proper name Annas or Hannas. So Annas, therefore, sent him. And then the participle, which is in the accusative here, and thus it is describing the situation of Jesus, is from deo, means to bind. This is a perfect participle, so it's the perfect passive participle. Jesus is bound, masculine singular accusative. So of course the participle agreeing with the direct object of the verb back here. So Annas sent him bound would be the idea. Pros, preposition, takes the accusative when there is some kind of motion involved, especially as we find here. So send him bound. Pros, Caiaphon, in the accusative, referring to Caiaphas. Send him to Caiaphas, who's now identified by John as ton, archaea, the high priest, in the accusative here. So Annas sends him on to Caiaphas. It's been noted, of course, John doesn't give us any details of the meeting between Jesus and Caiaphas. He's been criticized for that, but of course John is probably writing much later and presupposes that the synoptic information is already well known, and John has in mind to try to supplement what was in the synoptics, not simply repeat it. And so he gives us this that we didn't know about, the meeting with Annas, but he doesn't bother to fill in the information related to the meeting between Jesus and Caiaphas.